By now, everyone is fully aware of the symbiote and its adverse effects on Spider-Man. What everyone doesn't know is that our modern understanding of the symbiote comes mostly from how it's depicted in Spider-Man the animated series. In the comic books, the symbiote was never downright evil, but it was influenced by its wearer. The animated series version is replicated in Spider-Man 3. But what we see in the film also has striking resemblance to the Red Kryptonite episodes of the Superman TV show Smallville. There's many examples of parallel thinking between the Spider-Man trilogy and Smallville. In fact, the creators of Smallville were even brought on to write Spider-Man 2. Since Spider-Man 3, many modern adaptations of the Black Costume saga have hit very similar beats. The symbiote is evil, it boosts Spider-Man's power, and Peter only exhibits certain toxic traits when he's wearing the black suit. Many times the story is used to create an addiction allegory, but I feel it often falls flat when it isn't talked about explicitly enough, or when Peter is shown to be pure without the symbiote's influence. So with that said, what does any of this have to do with Red Kryptonite? Red Kryptonite, since its inception, has always been something of a plot device. Its main purpose is just to do a different kind of story, especially in the original comic books, where the effect it had on Superman was never the same. It would be something else every time he was in contact with it. In Smallville, its use does bear some similarities, where it appears in an episode to shake things up whenever the writers run out of ideas for a season. However, its effect on Superman or Clark was changed. Red Kryptonite in the show functions much like drugs or alcohol. It removes a Kryptonian's inhibitions and seems to create a serotonin boost. By the time it is introduced in the show, we're already fully aware of Clark's temper, his sense of jealousy, and how he always bottles himself up. The Red K doesn't have any physical effect, but takes what's already there mentally and brings it to the surface, which is better than manufacturing a reason for him to be mad, or having him light switch like we see sometimes in symbiote stories. Something I quite like in the show is that each encounter with Red Kryptonite is worse than the last. It's even shown to be Clark's crutch in the Season 2 finale and Season 3 opener.
Clark, what are you looking for? I know Chloe kept one of those red kryptonite rings around here somewhere.
Yeah, but what do you want it for? You know what it does to you.
Yeah, makes me feel better.
It's not the answer, Clark.
The real-world allusion to how people can rely on harmful vices is handled in a way that feels true. It doesn't sidestep its own allegory. I also appreciate that the effects are only mental. It makes Clark feel more responsible when he does rely on it, rather than him looking for a power boost against a tough opponent. I appreciate in Season 3 where it looks as if Clark may still be feeling the after effects of the Red Kryptonite after a 3-month bender. It's like a super hangover.
I don't think you heard me! The package is gone! Luther doesn't know who took it, so forget about it.
Take your hands off of him right now! I said now!
So take your sorry ass down the road, back to Metropolis. I don't want to see you in Smallville again. Ever.
We've seen Spider-Man's black suit be used as what I'm calling an evil button, to the point of exhaustion now. Feels like each time we've seen it, the less compelling it becomes. I think this is due to constantly depicting the symbiote as an evil force. Making this choice in your corruption story takes away responsibility from your protagonist, rendering the story null and pointless if we aren't revealing pieces of the character that are boiling beneath the surface. Pieces that will remain forever. It makes things feel more real if the influencing force is more than hitting the evil button. Smallville does fall into the evil button trap a few times, but it doesn't lose sight of Red K being a reflection of Clark's own dark side. It's still him when he's under the influence of it.
If I'd have known who you were going to turn out to be, I never would have saved you on that bridge.
You're killing him!
Clark,
You've walked around here for years, bottling everything up, basing every decision on what's best for other people. You never stop to think what's best for you.
Mom, you don't think I really meant those things I said about you and Chloe?
I think there was a grain of truth in all of it. Every time you've been affected by red kryptonite, it hasn't changed who you are. It's just stripped away your inhibitions. I think you need to start being more honest about how you feel.
So, you're saying that I want to kiss Lois and keep Chloe in my back pocket while the whole time I'm still in love with Lana?
You're the only one who can sort that out.
This hits hard when we see him making the choice to use Red K, even after he's been free of it. Scenes similar to this were ultimately cut from Spider-Man 3. I think a mistake made by Insomniac Spider-Man 2 was having Peter acquire the anti-venom suit in the final act, a version of the symbiote that has all the good stuff, but none of the evil. This idea comes off in poor taste and feels disingenuous when taking in the addiction allegory. Peter's actions had nothing to do with his own addictive personality or his darker side, but came from evil. And now he gets to finish the story with another symbiote that has no negative consequences. As someone who drinks 0% alcohol now and then, I can say that the need to get shit-faced on booze or other harmful substances still crops up in my mind sometimes. I can't have a good version of the symbiote to make sobriety nice and easy. I'd hazard a guess to say other addicts would feel the same. This cartoonish use of the symbiote in what's meant to operate as an addiction allegory is what inspired this video. I feel that in terms of addiction and portraying the different sides of it realistically, that Smallville gets closer to it than the modern depiction of the symbiote. It's not a perfect one-to-one, but I do appreciate the choices that they made. It also helps a larger-than-life character like Superman feel as vulnerable as any one of us. This is something the show excels at on many other levels too. I think if we're going to continue using the black suit as a substance abuse metaphor, then it wouldn't hurt to take some influence from the Distinguished Competition's own attempt at the same metaphor. Video is over now. Go outside and play.
The shots are so good.
I'd love to shoot you sometime.
Peter Parker. Peter.
Miss Brent? That's not the position I hired you for.
Black suit Spider-Man. Peter, these are incredible.